right, guys. So I just want to make a real quick tutorial video on Scrubby. Now, Scrubby is an awesome tool I discovered recently, and it allows me to verify my risky and catch-all emails. So if you don't know, which you should, right? If you do cold emails, you should verify your emails. And as you can see, a lot of those emails will be classified as risky. So if we verify them through Neverbounce or Million Verifier, let's say this is quite a typical result, right? Where 80% are valid, a really small percentage are invalid, so you can't send to those. But then there's still this pool of emails we don't know, right? They can be valid, they can be invalid, and turns out 80% of these risky ones are still safe to send. So yeah, it's a waste to just throw all these away, because yeah, I can't just go ahead and send to these because let's say 80% are valid and 20% are invalid. In this case, that means let's say 40 emails will be invalid and will bounce. So that's going to absolutely ruin your email account. So obviously you can't just send to those. Yeah, so that's where Scrubby comes in. So we're just going to download the risky only emails. So these are risky and catch-all emails. And we're going to validate them on Scrubby. So yeah, it's super, super simple. So verifying your list, just put your CSV in, select the column with the emails, and then for integration. But yeah, I'm not going to do this right now because it can take up to 48 hours to verify your entire list. Now, I'm not 100% sure like how they do it on the back end. I think that they got email accounts set up, and what Scrubby will do is basically send to all those emails one by one and see if they bounce or not. So some bounces can happen after 48 hours. So that's why it actually takes 48 hours to verify your entire list. And yeah, once it's done, you just download the valets, and yeah, you can send to these as well, which is pretty awesome. It's super cheap as well. 1,000 credits for $27, super cheap. So yeah, as you can see here on my dashboard, it seems to be a nice 75% valid, 25% invalid ratio. So yeah, it's super awesome. First of all, because you don't have to throw all those leads away. But the second thing is because these are probably leads your competitors are not reaching out to, because the vast majority won't be verifying them with Scrubby. So these emails will pretty much never be reached, or at least not as much, because most people, if they're smart, they're not just gonna send to the risky emails. So yeah, that's a great way to have a competitive advantage and send to email accounts that don't get too much outreach by our competitors. So yeah, Scrubby.io, awesome tool. Definitely check it out. Like I said, they're really, really cheap as well. Yeah, check it out, and let's talk soon. Cheers.